For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. From the gun, it's Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Odafe Owe buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's second and 21. Tua going to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 39 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field. And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just 3 catches in the wild card victory for him a week ago, and now he's got his first here, and it's good for a first down. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Jackson now. Throw left side complete. That's Flowers. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 59 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 75 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They go play action now. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps should go right back.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Jackson. Dancing to his left. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand...
There he goes, left side. Inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Dolphins continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Again, it's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. Jackson. And the Dolphins rush, gets home, down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
That's going deep for Bateman. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Brutal. So take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Tua. Forced out to his left. And he will slide down with a good gain. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Tua now on first down. This will be caught. It's Waddle. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 77 yards. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. From midfield, here's Tua. Flush to his right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 50 yards. And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
So the false start will back them up 5.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Jackson to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. Down the left sideline. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Play action. It's Jackson. Rolling to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. The handoff, running left, Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. That's caught. It's Flowers. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Zay Flowers
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the second down and 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23. That's good for 28 yards. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Eluding the pressure right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Achane going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Anthony Schwartz, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be taken in the end zone, and no run back forthcoming, so they will bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And now here is another interception.
He's on his way.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now it's Jackson.
They're looking deep here for Flowers.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On first down, back to Achane.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 23. A really good pickup of 28 yards. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. Here's 2nd and 7. Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, it hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Achane. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
163 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4. A give, running right, Achane.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Running right, here's Achane.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl.